You want to intro it?
Yes!
That's shaky. That's shaky. This is glass, you know. Welcome to Friday Fails. Dot. But why? Episode 9 coming at you right now, right in a second after, and it's coming. Oh gosh, the family's coming in.
Hi, my man. You want to go into YouTube?
This is Lincoln.
Lincoln.
He's your future host
Yeah.
of the MX Factory. Yeah.
One sweet.
As soon as he knows how to do less pooping and more talking, he's on. Alright, so we're going to play this video and we're going to need you to tell us what's wrong with these people. When we hit play, can you say, hey man, or woman, that was bad.
Friday Fails Family Edition.
He's super calm. It'd be kind of funny if he was laughy right now, because then we could set it up to after one of the guys crashed. Alright.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like it could have a little poop in there. Look at the little poop holder. I'm Tyler. This is that's Jason.
Sensitive. Are you gonna keep going?
That's it. What do we need? We're just.
Then you say, hey, we're about to show you some videos and you can learn from them. That's how the intro goes.
Okay, I'm Tyler.
Well, you already said that. To the magic of editing.
I can use that part.
Use that part.
I'm changing it up this time. I wonder how many episodes we're gonna do of this in our lifetime.
At least 9.
1,000. At least 9.
These are subscriber crashes. Love that you guys are emailing us your crashes. Jason Dole 922. I'll put that like right about in here. Email it to that. First one, Magnus. Hey guys, I have this fail from a bit over a month ago. Landed with my right foot a bit forward and locked up my rear wheel and stalled my back out. It's kind of funny. Enjoy.
Oh boy. Could have went worse.
I mean, no profanity.
No profanity. Just
like
a
that.
little out of breath. Where are you riding at? It's like, look how lonely it
Vegas
is out here.
It is super. It actually looks like a fun track.
The positive in this that I've noticed so far is you have breakaway levers and you set out. So, levers for the front. Yeah. You case the jump, which probably threw you off a little bit, and you got, you know, when you case a jump and you bounce, you lose that however far you bounce, especially coming into a turn of braking power. So you bounce maybe 10 feet further than you're used to being on the brakes down that downside, I'm assuming, and then you weren't able to, so you just got on them a little harder, I would think. Just because you're probably like in a little bit more, I won't call it panic mode because you didn't look panicked, but just had a sense of urgency that you need to slow down for the turn. And obviously you're riding on what one would call a highway.
Highway.
A highway.
Minus the yellow lines. So you lost the traction on the bounce after the case. Lost a little bit of, what do you say, ground time?
Yeah, just you know, braking patch.
Yeah.
Your braking patch was shortened because you were in the air on half of it, you know? So next time don't kiss jump, man. You gotta just give her a little more.
So a minor panic.
Give her a little more.
Ended up locking the rear wheel. Probably in a loamy situation, or if the track was prepped or something, wherever you're at, probably wouldn't have been too much of an issue.
It wouldn't have locked up, it would have kept spinning, you know? It would have just slowed him down.
Yeah.
You'd have been fine.
You'd have been fine.
So basically, this is your options. Clear the jump or ride a different track. Thanks, Magnus.
Bryce, Roan, any tips on dealing with wind? Super windy day, track is built on rolling hills. Well, that's just silly. Not really, that's a good place to build track. This jump is on the crest of a hill. Everyone was having problems with it. It's because we weren't there. The video is actually when I jumped the finish line on the last lap, intending to case the jump and ride off the track, but the wind took me. Talk about highway.
Holy crap, that's a big jump face too. Where you jumping to Jesus? Oh yeah, it sure did. Ay, ay,
Gosh,
ay.
you fall off the side of that. That's like the Empire State Building.
Ooh, man.
Or,
Hey, nice job getting up and getting off the track though. A lot of times you see guys just, oh boy.
we have a bunch of assistants here.
Hold on. Did you just do a
Just
flip?
roll off the thing?
Did he do like a kung fu flip off the
I think he may
track?
have just rolled off the track. He knocked himself a little dizzy. Anywho, as far as the face, giant.
I mean, yeah, the jump's cool.
Wind.
Wind. Here's
Crosswind.
I think that the biggest thing you should always know about wind is it's blowing you from underneath. It never blows your top side, right? And so what I do when it's windy is I don't know how good you are at adjusting the bike in the air and/or maybe whipping the bike a little bit. So if I know I have a crosswind that's coming underneath me from the left, I'll whip the bike out to the left. Okay, so basically I'm anticipating the wind blowing me back straight. Kind of an advanced technique, and it takes a lot of extra thinking. But other than that, there's really no fix to Mother Nature giving you a gust of wind, other than just not riding that day. So just being aware of like checking, I mean, I always check my phone to the weather every day no matter what, but just like looking at the wind, where it's coming from, having a good understanding of what jumps are gonna be affected on the track depending on which way the lanes are running. And then, you know, practice leaning the bike and whipping into the wind. You want your wheels to go towards, kind of, you would call it head on to the wind. And in that way, it brings your bike back underneath you. If you're jumping straight, the only option is for it to go out from underneath.
Good point. Or it's like mud riding. You know, I don't know if you guys saw the San Diego, wasn't it? Yeah, the race last weekend.
Cheers.
Supercross. It was super muddy. You just do your best to not jump. So like, you know, if you still want to go ride that day just because it's windy, just super minimize the jumps and just don't even worry about them. Practice your corners, practice anything else. Like,
yeah, practice your scrub to get back on the ground and drive off the top.
Yeah, I mean, wind's wind, it's gonna be tough to deal with. Especially if it's gusty, you don't really know if it's like a big gust is gonna hit you. Might as well play it safe, just kind of skip the big old jumps. Wait, this is the same guy.
Bryce, you've fallen a lot, man.
You sent us 2. Well, is this different?
Let's keep on going with him. Yeah, it's definitely different. Oh, dang, it's turned pretty decent. Oh, just watch that front end now. Ah, yeah. Yeah, got a lot of white on too. Should have thought that out. Cool looking bike, Chad Reed.
That is a nice looking bike.
Chad Reed. Name 3 things. Your 3 things that could cause that, and then I'll see if I can name a couple of extra.
My 3 things that could cause that?
Yep.
Washing the front end. Looks like because we have a clear view of your bars just before you're about to go down, I'm assuming that your weight is pretty much dominant in the back of the bike. So to improve traction on your front wheel, I need you to get your head over your bars so you can actually get some weight onto that front wheel and actually have that dug in. When you're getting on the gas, you'll see that your body weight moves back, so it's even more important to keep that weight forward. I didn't see like a definitive rut or anything. So I'm assuming you're like way down at the bottom, and maybe you would have entered the turn a little bit wider. You kind of went like a little bit inside to that outside. I'd have probably gone more outside to that inside so you can actually use that embankment to help keep you on the track, because you kind of just came and you kind of hit that little embankment at the end and it didn't allow you to really keep the momentum built around the corner.
That was a lot.
Well, a lot of it probably won't even make it in the video.
It's a lot. Let me go. That was a lot of what I was going to say.
Okay, go. Yeah, sum it up.
So in a turn like that, when you have a nice round turn, imagine you having, call it a nice half a bowl. Okay? The best way to create traction around a turn like that is to not pinch off any part of that. So you want to be as around that bowl as possible, riding the rim of the bowl or maybe a foot down off the top, but not aggressively turning at any point. It looks like you chopped, like he said, you chopped the front part of the turn, and then when you made your apex, which was way past the actual apex of the turn, it was slick there. It looked like it was the dirt was a little wet, and I think that's one cause. Another cause that he did mention was, you know, your fork height could be adjusted. If this is a common thing, you know, you can play with your fork height. A lot of times if your forks are too low and the clamps mean too far down and your bike's too long, the front end likes to get away from you. And vice versa, if they're too far up, the same thing will happen. So you got to kind of find that happy balance. And then your tire pressure. So there's some bike adjustments that you can make. You know, if you have too much air in the front tire or too little, it can both, you know, cause that.
For sure. Word up, Bryce. Number 2, same person. I like it. It's all good. Well, take them. Take your video.
All right, Guglielmo.
Guglielmo from Italy. Love your channel. We love your channel.
Do you have a channel?
Do you have a channel?
If you do, we love it.
Okay.
You do have a channel. Get rowdy. So there's this acceleration bumps going up it, so it could have broke traction going up that and ENDO.
Yeah.
It looks like you're sitting down and lost traction. Look at the shadow. I always look at the shadow. Now that I'm a professional GoPro breakdowner, you gotta watch the shadow. It's your best.
That is true. Oh, let's see.
And look, it looks like it's a single too, right?
It is a single, it's not even a double.
You want to land that back wheel first. You kind of want to come off the back of the bike. It's got 49 subscribers. Shout out to Grippata Dentro. Grippati.
There's some acceleration bumps going up the top of that. So what do? Assuming you just get your weight back?
Yeah, you're going to pull your weight back. I mean, you just want to think about creating traction to the rear wheel. So moving your body weight back and putting it on top of that tire is going to help. And then also if you're landing off of a single, which looks like this was just kind of roller out to flat, you kind of want to land back wheel first to kind of take a little bit of that, aggressive hit away. So just moving back, coming out of that turn, maybe getting up off the seat a little earlier. It looks like you were sitting down coming off of it. So that kind of creates that. Move your weight back coming out of the turn, stand up so you're not so affected by those little choppy bumps, and just try to get some traction on the rear tire. Hey, looks like we got a little special guest this evening. We got Mav, which is our 4-year-old Ripper here at the MX Factory. We'll see if we can find a video and show you what he's got. Come sit right here on my knee. Alright, so in this video, this guy crashes and I want to see if you can tell me what went wrong.
Okay, you ready?
What do you think?
He was sitting.
He was sitting. What about what we worked on today with you?
Standing.
Yeah, he's got to stand. What about his foot in the turn? Was it out or was it down?
Down.
Yeah, so what does he need to get his foot up, huh?
I never sit when I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Tell me what he did wrong.
He was sitting.
Did you do that today?
No.
What'd you do today?
I dumped it high.
Oh.
And then front wheel.
And then front wheel. Yeah, you did a little crash, huh?
Oh, you did?
No, dump this big.
That big?
Bigger, huh? Yeah, pretty big.
That's pretty.
He was sitting. He was sitting and then not that.
Alright, let's probably go get some food now, huh? Alright, we'll see you next
Come
time.
out this. Here, you want to come out this way, bud? Well, Mav just kind of broke that one down, but
he was sitting.
According to Mav, you were sitting.
Which is not a bad thing to do in that turn.
But pretty easy.
Sitting far back and legs not up and probably a little too fast for that turn.
Yep.
That's my 3.
That's
sitting too far back on the seat. You need a little more traction on the front end. Outside elbow is definitely not leading the turn. Your upper body's not leading the turn. That's for sure. And then your foot's dangling down like it's just there. You gotta have some authority by getting that thing out by the front fender. I think that you just wash your front end out. Pretty common thing, so don't get too upset about it. Glad you're okay if you're okay, and slow it down. This is our rule of thumb, is if you can't do it at a comfortable speed 10 times perfect, then there's no use in going any faster. So slow it down and perfect your turn, make sure your body's in the right position, and then you'll find that you naturally start picking up speed rather than having to tell yourself to go faster.
Could you have pulled that out? Maybe you just kind of blipped your throttle and kind of knew you were going down. It's obviously super silty sand, so maybe if you kept your weight forward and you somehow just were super confident on the gas, you could have really, maybe it wouldn't have been the prettiest thing, but you could have probably pulled it out. All those things that'll keep you up didn't happen, but they'll happen now, because you know. Paige, one more. Husband and I are huge fans of Friday Fails, ... Why? In the video, she's the one on the 4-wheeler, husband's the one filming, and their buddy Danny is the brave soul trying to climb this very steep, muddy hill. Sorry for the potty mouth. Well, at least you prepped us and you said you're sorry. Feel free to cut down the video. Okay, since we're professional mud hill climbers, we'll go ahead and take a little look-see here. What is that? Oh, you're the 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
Not a problem. Okay.
Looking for Danny.
Come on, Danny.
Hey, Danny. Where is Danny? Oh, okay,
oh, wow,
there's Danny.
It's slippery.
Through the puddle.
Danny, better luck next time. Look at him moonwalking. That's Michael Jackson, not Danny. Wrong person. All right, I'll go for it.
Go for it.
There's not a whole lot to say here, but you gotta think about a couple things. Momentum and traction are your friends when you're going up any hill, especially a muddy hill. So if he could have carried maybe a little more momentum through the little, whatever that kind of creek, I guess you could call it, down at the bottom to give him a little more speed up the hill without having to get on the gas and break the back wheel loose. That's one thing. Another thing is when he does get on the gas, being maybe more towards the middle of the bike with his butt and then his upper body being on the front of the bike. So he's weighting the middle of the bike, trying to get traction on the back tire, but still has his weight forward with his upper body so he doesn't loop out if it does catch traction. Lastly, being very steady on the gas rather than chopping the throttle. Okay, that's gonna make the bike kind of go side to side and be a little less controllable than if you were to just crack the throttle on, not a lot of throttle, but steady, and then you can manage that going up the hill a little better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then don't drive into the bushes.
No bushes.
If you ever had a car, you would be driving, but since you're dirt biking, you're riding into the bush, you shouldn't do that either.
Yes, this is all true. What do you think? Higher gear, lower gear, higher RPMs?
He could probably be like, if he was in third, he maybe could have lugged it in fourth.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess depending how fast he's going.
And looking ahead too, so you can kind of spot maybe the edges of the trails usually have a little more traction. You know, if you would have rode up the edge, maybe that would have helped. It's hard to really tell, but I think those first three things were pretty good.
Yeah.
If you applied that, you'd have a lot better chance.
And I didn't even hear the potty mouth, so good for you.
job.
Good for you, Paige, or husband, whoever's filming.
And if we do get stickers soon, which we're working on that, we'll be sure to mention on a future video. Yeah, we got your address. So.
We are working on merchandise and stuff. So
we actually need a place to live, so
yeah.
we'll see you in Kentucky soon.
All right, cool.
Thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with our stupid long hair. That was Friday Fails number 9. If you want more, we got videos over here. You can subscribe somewhere in this area. Just click on the button, and then we have a Patreon account if you want to support us supporting you. Peace!
He was sitting.